Good morning, children. Our next topic is confidentiality of information. So, our information that we share through internet should be confidential. That is, should, no one is available with our information. So, we advance a perspective on privacy that focuses on the rights of the individuals, tempered with practical limits of functioning within the society. So, the lots of informations that we are uploading it through the internet, even our certificates or community certificate or income certificate, everything is now available through online marriage certificate. So there should be a confidentiality of information. There should be, our information should be confidential. So this tension has always existed, that is whether the data that is available through online is confidential. To participate in society, individuals have to come in contact with one another as they go about their daily lives. So individuals will have to reveal some facts about themselves in order to engage others within the society. Always we should, whatever whomever we meet, we should take them in a positive way. As such, we do not take any absolute position with respect to the definition of information privacy, so which would ascribe privilege to one's right to be left alone. So we suggest that while active participation in a society means that one cannot presume to be left completely alone, individuals should enjoy a claim of privacy in the society such that they may determine what information about themselves should be known to others. So we individuals should decide what all information should be shared publicly and what all should be kept confidential. So, this claim of privacy should also apply to social groups and other associations. So, freedom to select one's association is a basic tenet of the Constitution, and we believe that this right should extend to one's personal information. So, what are the future of privacy? So, due to increase in globalization, it will affect issues of privacy and access as well. As corporate boundaries become increasingly international and worldwide, marketing, trade, communication become even more commonplace. Opposing views on access to personal information and its transfer across national boundaries will become of critical importance. Now also we share our online details through banking details through online websites. So these all details that we share should be confidential. So how information privacy is compromised, in how which all ways our information's privacy can be compromised. So let us see. Many people are unaware that when we go online, we have an electronic record of our movements, such as what all things we do in a website are being recorded electronically, and we can unwittingly provide personal information to people and organizations that track such data. There are certain websites which track our online accessing. So what all things we do online, which all websites are being visited, so what are our interests, and these all things are being tracked. So information about online surfing habits, preferences and purchases is a valuable commodity for companies that conduct business on the internet. So whenever we search for a watch, wristwatch in Amazon, whenever you visit the next time, you will be shown with different types of watches, because they have tracked your information that you have an interest in watches. So if even if you search videos in YouTube, so whenever you search a particular type of video, then suggestions regarding the same type category of videos will be shown to you, because they have recorded electronically that you have these type of choices. So based on your choice, they'll be showing you the different videos. So such wise likewise every website tracks your searching surfing habits. So the collected information can be sold or traded to third parties such as government departments, law enforcement agencies, or business. So electronic tracking devices such as cookies. So cookies, is a just a text file that is being saved into our web browser when we visit a website. Or web bugs and spywares are common means of tracking our online behavior. There are certain viruses that enter into our system and track our online behaviors. So these devices collect information such as IP address, websites visited, purchases made, and emails sent. So these all informations will be collected from our. So let us see what is cookies. So a cookies is an electronic text file that a website parks on a visitor's browser. So whenever we visit a website, that website will store a cookie or a text file in our web browser. That is, if we are searching the website through Google Chrome, then in our Google Chrome it will save a text file. That text file is called cookies. So it can either be a session cookie, that is which expires when the visitor leaves a website. That is when we are in that website only its life remains. After we exit from the website, its life expires. And which serve or a persistent cookie, which serves as a record of users' trip to a particular website and allow for easier recognition on subsequent visits. So sometimes it may be a session cookie, that is whenever we exit from the website its life also gets over. But sometimes it can be a persistent cookie, that is it will track every time the user visits the website. So the previous history, searching history, everything will be recorded by the persistent cookie. The use of cookies can make navigating the web with a smooth experience. That is, it will provide us the informations based on our taste. So, but it is also a way for business and other organizations to track the movements of the web user and to build up personal profiles of their behavior, habits, and buying patterns. So business and other organizations track these informations and create a user profile based on the user's browsing habits or behaviors, online behavior, and buying patterns. Then next thing that we'll share is the web bug. So bugs are small transparent graphics that are placed in web pages or email messages, generally used to measure the number of hits on a site or to record which sections are most often accessed. It is a small graphics which are placed on the web pages. So whenever we visit, or it will be sent through email. So whenever we visit, bugs are encountered, it will check how many times this website is being visited. So they can be combined with to record the types of sites visited, search terms used, and any purchases made. So they can also access any personal information that visitors may submit when they register for an online service or enter a contest. So all these details are tracked by bug. Next is spywares. Spywares are popular software applications on the internet, such as music sharing programs, may become bundled with other software. which has embedded instructions to gather personal information. Such softwares are called spywares. These spywares tracks websites visited by user and use this information to build a profile. Some spywares can even collect personal information from forms filled out online. So we usually fill online forms for job applications or other contest. So these they're spywares which come with softwares that are installed by us, and these spywares track the information that are being that the sites visited, the online forms that we fill, and collect these informations, and these informations are shared to third party. Okay, thank you children.